It's story time. Rapunzel. Some time ago, there lived a king and his queen who always wished for a child but could not have one. Through the window of their palace, they could see a splendid garden that was filled with the most beautiful flowers and herbs. The garden was surrounded by a high wall, and no one dared to enter because it belonged to a witch who had great power and was feared by everyone. One day, the queen was standing by the window looking down into the garden and saw the most beautiful Rapunzel. It looked so fresh and green that she craved for some. The desire increased each day, and not knowing how to get any, she became miserably ill. The king, who loved his queen dearly, ordered his royal guards to collect Rapunzel. He knew that the witch will not give them freely, so he decided to steal some, just for this time. They took the Rapunzel to their queen, but as the time passed by, she craved for more and more. One day the witch caught the guards. "How dare you sneak into my garden and steal my Rapunzel like thieves? What is your excuse?" They told her the truth, but the evil witch said through anger, "You, my queen, will give birth to a baby girl. Her golden hair shall have magical healing powers, which I will need. Indeed." And so it was. The queen was with child. She gave birth to a baby girl named Rapunzel, and shortly after that, the witch stole their daughter. The king and the queen looked for years, but hope was lost. Rapunzel grew into the most beautiful child with magnificent long hair, fine as spun gold. She was raised by Mother Gothel, the witch, who never told her that she was a princess. The hair of Rapunzel just kept her young and beautiful as she always wished. Rapunzel was locked into a tower that stood deep into the woods and had neither a door nor a stairway, but only a tiny little window at the very top. When the witch, Mother Gothel, wanted to go in, she stood beneath the window saying, "Rapunzel, let down your hair." Rapunzel would let her magical golden hair fall down to the ground so Mother Gothel can climb up. Years have passed when a young thief named Flynn Rider stole something special from the king's castle, and the royal guards chased him. Wandering around the forest, he saw a very big tower, a perfect hiding place. He climbed into the tower. However, Rapunzel was so scared that she knocked him out and saw a sparkling gold object falling from his satchel. This object was very familiar to Rapunzel, and it reminded her how much she wanted to go and see the floating lights. She never had the permission to leave the tower, so this was her opportunity. Her birthday wish to see the floating lights, and Flynn to grant her wish. In return, she would give him back his satchel. Tied up by Rapunzel's hair, Flynn didn't have a choice, so he agreed to grant her wish. Both of them climbed down from the tower and started their adventure. One morning, Rapunzel woke up and saw this breathtaking sight. A beautiful kingdom with a castle placed high above, so she immediately felt the wish to visit the place. And so she did. Rapunzel was so excited, but when she got there, she was drawn to a painting of the king, the queen, and their beautiful baby girl with golden hair and green eyes. The girl looked just like her. At that moment, Rapunzel discovered she was the lost princess. She was finally reunited with her parents, the king and the queen. That night, the entire kingdom celebrated Rapunzel's return and launched hundreds of lanterns, the floating lights that had guided her home. To support us, please subscribe to Storytime.